Hello again. Welcome to class 826. We continue progressing. We are still progressing. We will never stop progressing. Progress is the essence of this program. And your progress is my objective, my goal. My objective is your progress. So let's do one more paragraph in our Gain Fluency book. Page 21, paragraph 135. Let's wait. There's a lot of noise outside. Yeah, this is a television studio, but the noise can come through the door. But in any case, let's wait, esperemos. Let's wait until they make the decision public. Let's wait until they, será el gobierno, el ayuntamiento, quien sea. Let's wait until they make the decision public. I don't want to do anything or say anything that might lead them to change their mind. Oh, the situation is a bit delicate. Situación delicada, un poco. The situation is a bit delicate. Discretion. Let's wait until they make the decision public. En el boletín oficial del Estado, que se publique antes. Yeah. Let's wait until they make, esperemos hasta que hagan pública la decisión, o sea, la decisión pública. Let's wait until they make the decision public, okay? Okay? Yeah, let's wait until they make the decision public. I don't want to do anything or say anything that might lead them son los políticos o burócratas, the bureaucrats or the politicians. The bureaucrats and the politicians. I don't want to do anything or say anything that might lead them to change their mind. Curioso. Cambiar de opinión. He cambiado de opinión. I have changed my mind. Literalmente he cambiado mi mente. Change my mind. Ahora sí quiero hacerlo. Antes, ayer no. Ahora sí. That means I've changed my mind. All right, cambiar de opinión. So, no quiero hacer nada ni decir nada que pudiera conducirles o llevarles a cambiar de opinión. La situación es un poco delicada. The situation is a bit delicate. So, for the moment, good news. But the decision, no, es una decisión, yes, the decision hasn't been made public. It hasn't been published in the official gazette. In English, la Gaceta Pública, o sea, boletín. The official gazette, it hasn't been published. So it's not definitive yet. Now, it's favorable for us, but they could change their mind and not publish it. And then we have big problems. So don't do anything and don't say anything that que pudiera llevarles a cambiar de opinión. Don't do anything or say anything. So let's wait until the decision is made public. I don't want to do anything or say anything that could lead them to change their mind. The situation is a bit delicate. Fijaos, to change their mind, que ellos cambien de su mente, como si fuera una mente de todos, una sola mente. No decimos to change their minds, to change their mind. I don't want them to change their mind because for the moment, the new legislation is favorable to us. And I don't want them to change. So we're going to wait. Let's wait until they make the decision or the legislation public. I don't want to do anything or say anything that could lead como liderar, dirigirles hacia una decisión diferente. I don't want to do anything or say anything that could lead them to change their mind. The situation is a bit delicate. Escrito delicate, delicate, delicate. El segundo alumno de mi vida en España, sus apellidos eran Delicado Perales, I remember. O sea, de peras, un peral, delicado. All right. So, let's continue. Grammar, my favorite part, grammar. There's nothing more interesting than grammar. All right. Can and to be able to. Lo he explicado mil veces. Can, I can do it, no problem, I can do it. Lo puedo hacer yo, no hay problema, I can do it. Anybody can do that. Cualquiera puede hacer eso. Anybody can, I can do it. Cuando es afirmativo, can, casi, bueno, se oye, pero es que, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it in the morning, I can do it in the afternoon, I can do it in the evening, I can do it at night. I can do it any time of the day or night. Lo puedo hacer cualquier hora del día y noche. I can do it. She can do it too. Anybody can do it. Anybody can. Ahora negativo. I can't do it. I can't do it. So, I can do. El can, when it's affirmative, tiene casi cero peso, fonético. I can do. She can do it. She can. He can do it. They can do it. We can do it. You can do it. You can, even you. Hasta tú puedes hacerlo. Even you can do it. Even you can do it. Can. You can do it. Ahora negativo. You can't do it. I can't do it. She can't do it. She can't do it. Lo contrario. They can't do it. We can't do it. I don't know anybody who can do it. You can't do it. You can't do it either. Nobody can do it. Nobody can. Ahora es negativo por nobody, pero can es afirmativo. Nobody can do it. I can't do it. You can't do it, etc. To be able. To be able es el infinitivo. Poder. El verbo poder. To be able to. Yes. I won't be able to go. I won't be able to make it. No podré hacer acto de presencia. I won't be able to be there. I won't be able to do it. Mañana no podré hacerlo. Hoy sí. I can do it today, but tomorrow I can't do it. Sí, can't también. I can do it today, but tomorrow I won't be able to do it. I was able to do it. I could do it. This is very interesting. This is very interesting. I'm not a linguist, but I enjoy trying to compare languages. In this case, Spanish and English. Pude hacerlo, podía hacerlo. Yeah. No pude hacerlo ayer. O sea, al final no tuve la posibilidad. Yesterday, I wasn't able to do it. I wasn't able to do it. Al final fue imposible. I'm sorry. I wasn't able to find the moment to do it. Maybe today or maybe tomorrow. But yesterday I wasn't able to do it. No pude. Ahora, ayer no lo podía hacer, pero ahora sí puedo. Ayer no podía doblarla así, pero ahora ya por fin puedo, después de la lesión. I couldn't bend my arm yesterday, but today I'm okay. Yesterday I wasn't able to, también nos vale, I wasn't able, pero sí más couldn't cuando es no podía. Cuando es no pude is I wasn't able to. All right, I wasn't able to. But don't worry. Are you able to? What are you able to do? What are you able to do? I'm able to do a lot of things. What can you do? Yes, to be able to. We'll be able to do it tomorrow. El futuro y el pasado. I wasn't able to. I'll be able to. All right. Should. Things we should do. Should has three meanings. Remember, should is debería. Cosas que deberías hacer que a lo mejor no haces. You should follow the instructions on this book. You should refresh your grammatical knowledge. You should buy the books. You haven't bought the books. Well, in my opinion, you should. Que deberías comprarlos. You should. So, should es debería en ese sentido. Should también es acciones o sea, obrar con moralidad y ética. You should be polite to everybody. You should treat people correctly. Claro, si yo dije en español, deberías tratar bien a la gente, se entiende que a lo mejor no tratas bien a la gente. Deberías. You should treat people more politely, Pedro. Come on. No, pero si es una declaración de ética, siempre debes tratar a la gente con respeto. Siempre debemos. We should. We should always treat other people courteously and politely. We should. And the third is con toda probabilidad y con toda seguridad. We should. Si has salido ahora, pues seguramente llegará a Zaragoza en 3 horas. He should reach. Yes, se usa mucho así. Let's see. What time did he leave? He left at 9 o'clock. He's going to Barcelona. Well, if he doesn't stop along the way, well, he should reach Barcelona around 3. And he should be passing through Zaragoza around 12, midday, 12 o'clock noon. But he should reach Barcelona. If he doesn't stop along, well, he'll stop along the way for gasoline, probably. But otherwise, if he only stops for gasoline, if he doesn't stop to have lunch, he continues driving and only stops for gasoline. He left at 9 o'clock this morning. Well, he should be in Barcelona by 3 o'clock. Estará con toda seguridad en Barcelona para las 3. By. He should reach Barcelona by 3 o'clock, or he should get to Barcelona by 3 o'clock. He should. Okay. Should como debería. Deberías mejorar tu inglés. You should improve your English. Tiene otro equivalente, ought to. O-U-G-H-T, y luego to. Ought to, que es muy común. But I don't teach it. I don't teach it because my Spanish learners of English don't assimilate it and don't use it well. But you need to understand it. But native people don't say ought to. We usually say oughta. Oughta. Deberías hacerlo más. Deberías estudiar más. You ought to study more. You oughta. You ought to. You oughta. You oughta. I think you ought to study. I think you ought to go now. Creo que deberías irte ahora, no mañana. I think you ought to leave today. I think you oughta. So the important thing with ought to is to understand it, because native people use it. But you don't need to use it, because should is easier to remember, easier to pronounce, and a perfect equivalent of ought to. Yeah. But you'll hear people say, I think you oughta. I think you oughta. I think they oughta. Se usa más con you que con otros. I think they should. But in any case, ought to. I think you ought to do it this way or that way. Y por último, had better. Had better. How much time do we have, Marta? We still have a lot of time. Bueno, por último, nada. Had better. Pero no voy a saltar had better to must. Yes. Must. Must and have to. Tengo que venir aquí todos los días. I have to. Yeah, I have to come here. No, I must. It's correct. I must come here every day. It's super correct, but we say have to. Cuando es obligación externamente impuesta, ¿qué remedio? Tengo que venir. No tengo alternativa. No tengo elección. It's have to. Cuando no tienes elección, it's have to. Cuando es moralmente o personalmente autoimpuesto, usamos must y have to. Los dos. Have to siempre vale. Con have to, olvida must. Olvida. Ahora bien, if you're interested, when it's a self-imposed obligation, debo encontrar una manera de procrastinar menos. Okay, I must find a way to procrastinate less. I'm a chronic procrastinator. I must find a way to be more decisive and more resolute. I must. Yeah, a person who's smoking. I must find a way to quit smoking. I must. So it's a self-imposed. Nobody the circumstances or other people are not obligating me. With external obligations, have to. With internally imposed, personally imposed obligation, must. Pero have to también es correcto. I have to quit smoking. I have to find a way to procrastinate less. Okay. In that case, have to. Have to siempre vale. Ahora, must sí que es obligatorio cuando es conclusión lógica. Pues mire qué cochazo tiene, debe estar forrado. Eso es conclusión lógica. Look at that guy. Look at that car, Marta. My God. That guy must be loaded. Loaded? Sí, debe estar cargado de dinero. Loaded. Load? Loaded. He's loaded. That guy must be swimming in money. Look at that car. Tiene un Bugatti. 400,000 euros. 500,000 euros is a Bugatti. The guy must be swimming in money. The guy must be filthy rich. Asquerosamente rico, forrado. The guy must be filthy rich to buy a Bugatti. My God. I mean, you can drive from Madrid to Barcelona in un Renault Twingo. You don't need a Bugatti, you say. But he must be. Yeah, he must have a lot of money. Logical conclusion is con must. According to the Spanish Royal Academy of the Language, conclusión lógica es deber de. Pero la gente no suele insertar de. Debe ser rico. No, debe de ser rico. However, people don't use the de. But the Royal Academy says with deber de. And that's must as a logical conclusion. And finally, had better. You'd better. You'd better do it. Had better is a warning. Ojo, cuidado, más vale que lo hagas porque si no, consecuencias. You'd better. Had better always implies negative consequences. And so it's you need to be careful with had better. If you say to another person, you had better, le estás amenazando un poco. You'd better. Pues más vale que estudien más porque si no, te echo de la clase. You'd better start studying more because otherwise, the door is over there. Close the door from the outside. All right? You had better. I've spoken about this, but for children in the United States, little children, to behave well, para que se porten bien. Sometimes we talk about God, you know, but sometimes Santa Claus, Papa Noel, y está haciendo la lista, ¿sabe? Si has sido travieso o malito, o si has sido buen chico. We say, you had better watch out. Más vale que tengas cuidado. You'd better watch out. You'd better not cry. You'd better not pout. Pout is hacer pucheros. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list and checking it twice. Concienzudo el Papa Noel. He's going to make sure who's naughty or nice. Travieso majo. Santa Claus is coming to town. He knows when you are sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sakes. You'd better watch out. You'd better not cry. You'd better not pout. You'd better not. You'd better not. You'd better not. You'd better not. ¿Está diciendo? Lo que no debería ser. Ser o hacer. You'd better not. Y lo contrario es you'd better. Okay. Esto es una advertencia. Esta es la última vez. No has comprado los libros, ni estudias. Te limitas a verme en la tele, esperando aprender inglés. Well, starting tomorrow, you'd better buy the books. You'd better pay more attention. You better make an effort, because otherwise, the door is over there. So I'm warning, advirtiendo, te aviso. I'm warning you. You'd better do what I say. You had better. Curiosa expresión, had better. Y no significa sería mayor. ¿Sería mayor que tuviera los libros? No. Eso no tiene fuerza. Más vale que te hagas con los libros, chico. ¿Eh? Eso sí que es with certain power. You'd better. Sería mejor que tuviera los libros. I think it would be a good idea to buy the books. Yeah. because the books are very good for you or for your children or for your grandchildren. El inglés no tiene fecha de caducidad. Huh? This is, in 100 years, this book is perfectly valid. En español no han cambiado verbos en 400 años. Lope de Vega decía vuelvo. Y hoy en día vuelvo, vuelven, vuelves, volvemos, volvéis, etc. It doesn't change. Pido, pides, pide, pedimos, pedís, piden. Voy, vas, va, vamos, vais, van. Comí, comiste, comió, comimos, etc. It doesn't change in 300, 400 years. And the English is the same. It hasn't changed. So, buy the books. They will be good. If you don't use them, one of your children can use them, or one of your grandchildren. Somebody will take advantage. Oye, abuelito, ¿esto qué es? Qué raro. Este tipo, ¿quién es? ¿Qué tipo más raro aquí? Mira cómo se viste. I said, look. And 99% of these paragraphs will be valid in 100 years. Si hablo de un regalo de Navidad, a lo mejor van a suprimir la Navidad in 100 years. Look, it's talking about Christmas. Papa, abuelito, what was Christmas? All right. But the grammar and the structure will never change. So, you'd better. You'd better is a warning. You'd better. And I remember Valera es el nombre de mi alumno. Valera. His English was intermediate, and his functional boss was in Germany. Mr. von Schwerin, very tall, very imposing person. And Valera was short. And he wrote, "Dear Mr. von Schwerin, you had better send this information." And he showed it to me. He mandó a mi jefe en Alemania esto. I said, "Antonio, no. Did you send this?" "Yeah." "Le estás amenazando a tu jefe." I said, "You had better." "No, es deberías mandar." No. Had better no es deberías. Es más vale que, si no. Leña. You understand? You'd better know. You had better know. You had better is always implies negative consequences. You'd better. All right. Y por último, may and might. We're advancing today on this. May and might. Puede que lo haga, puede que no lo haga. I may do it. I may not. I may, or I may not. I may go home after this class. Or I may not go home. No se hace contracción, excepto en algunas comarcas de Escocia, Orlando. Mayn't. I may go home. I may not go home. I haven't decided yet. I haven't made up my mind. I may do it. I may not do it. I might do it. I might not. May and might are the same. However, if I'm using reported speech, él me dijo que a lo mejor iba a casa después. He told me he might go home. Ayer me dijo que a lo mejor iba a casa después, pero no sé si al final fue. Yesterday he told me he might go home, but I don't know if he finally went home or not. All right, but don't worry. Puedes mezclar may and might. Yeah, may and might. But it's interesting. Puede que sea verdad, pero no estoy seguro. It may be true, but I'm not sure. It may be true or it may not be true. Cuando digo may, it's for me, my feeling is 50-50. 50% probability it's true, 50% probability it's false. It may be true, it may not be true. It might be true, fuera de contexto, así aislado, 20% de probabilidad. Es más, cuando dices, pero lo dudo, but I doubt it, se suele usar might. Puede que sea verdad, pero lo dudo. ¿Eh? It might be true, but I doubt it. This is very interesting about languages, to say, ¿qué significa? El matiz. And my opinion perhaps is not the same of another teacher's, but I try to think about how we use may and might. But the final conclusion is very simple. Don't worry about it. Use whichever comes to your head first, may and might, because they are usually interchangeable. I may do it, I may not do it, I might do it, I might not, may not, might not, may not, might not, might. Might tiene un segundo significado. Might como sustantivo es fuerza, fortaleza, might. Mighty man, mighty mouse. Super ratón is mighty mouse. But that's for another day. I'm finished for today. See you tomorrow.